So although it's the end of the term and I have received back all of my final grades, I personally really like to um, have back my final submission for every class, whether it's an essay or a project or anything like that. And I find that when there's written feedback on it, I find that really valuable in just making improvements and changes in the future, right? So I actually just got back and I collected my final essay, which was worth 30% from one of my professors. And when I got my paper back, I was just kind of very disappointed. I don't know, because people always warn you when you're transitioning from high school into university. They always tell you, oh, be careful, like, don't be too hard on yourself because your grades, they might take a little bit of a dip or they might do like a cliff dive. So I kind of knew about that, and when I went from being a straight A student to receiving a little bit lower grades, I kind of was able to deal with that and say, you know, it's okay, there's a learning curve to this and I'm picking it up and I'm transitioning into it and easing into it as well. And then from first to second year, it improved steadily, and I think I did well in second year, well, at least better than I did in first year. So by third year, I kind of put all these expectations and all this pressure on myself to have kind of raised my grades considerably. So when I got all of my grades back, it's not that they're poor grades. I did fairly well. I should be pleased with myself and proud of myself even, but when in the context of the pressure that I've put on myself and just the expectations and everything, I feel like they are, you know, terrible. I feel that I haven't done as well as I possibly could have and that I should have done things differently. Or, oh my goodness, there's a spider. Die! Okay. Yeah, so we killed a spider on our essay, which is not great. I will grab some Kleenex for that. Oh my goodness, I caught a spider. Usually I'm not quick enough. I'm sorry, spider. I'm sorry. I don't know if I should put that in the video. That was very alarming. Anyways, so where was I? Yes. And also another thing is, if I was just simply doing an undergrad degree and I was kind of like, oh, you know, gotta cruise through this, well, not necessarily cruise, truck through rather, I guess, but just kind of got to get through this one degree and then I'll be done, right? But for me, I'm kind of looking forward and ahead to grad school. And when I look at my grades, I think to myself, this won't cut it. I won't get in. I'm not going to get into grad school. And that really freaks me out because it is something I'm kind of aiming to do. Just a little bit of a personal goal. So the thing to remember, though, even for myself, I should remember, is that this is a learning experience, and just to be patient with myself, because this is the first philosophy course I've ever encountered. So I did decently well for having no context, having no prior knowledge in this topic. So, and the thing is that if you are passionate about something and you're wanting to pursue something in the future, grad school, you know, getting a master's and maybe a PhD, you can also kind of do your own learning outside of the classroom. I know traditionally we always think when you go to university, you're in the class and that's where you do most of your learning, but I also find libraries really valuable, because I went to the library and I took out some books that were recommended to me, and I was kind of flipping through them and I'm like, yeah, I could connect this to the little bit, like very little bit of knowledge that I have from my course, and kind of to branch out and provide myself a better framework to look into maybe choosing a research area even. You know, I'm not going to master this overnight, and I know that can be stressful to think, you know, why aren't I moving forward and improving? And I'm, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm a shark, and if I stay stagnant, it's not fantastic, and I feel the need to improve, and when I'm not improving, it's not a great feeling for me. I still do have 2 years of undergrad to go, so in that time, you know, a lot of learning can happen, and I will be learning a whole bunch, even if only on my own. And so by the time I go to approach potential supervisors and talk to the people in the graduate department, I will be a different learner than I am in the present moment. And it's important to remember that there's continuous growth and continuous evolution on your part, and all it takes is just a little bit of passion and a little bit of perseverance, and you will attain those levels that you want to attain if you so choose, and just to kind of stick with it and to not let a disappointed grade be merely that, like a source of regret or shame or anything like that. Like that's totally not how we should view disappointing grades. I think I'm going to actively choose to view them rather as a learning experience, something to learn from, like saying, I didn't do great on this, but here's how I can improve in the future, moving off of that point and kind of moving upwards and continuing to learn. So yeah, that's just really important for all of us to remember. Like for me, I'm gonna read like maybe half a chapter tonight and maybe a whole chapter tomorrow, and kind of gradually build up, so it's not like looking at it and saying, I have no idea what's going on in this book, I'm gonna close it and put it away. Like, you kind of just want to ease yourself into it too. That's really important. Yeah, so I hope this has been helpful and encouraging maybe, and anyways, I'm not sure how to close this video, but thank you very much for watching.